and gentlemen, I would like to have a conversation with all of you, at least for those who decide to sit and watch with me. Your feedback, your thoughts, and your views would be very much appreciated. Although what I am about to say is very opinionated, it does not necessarily reflect on anyone else's views. So I just want to put that disclaimer out there before anyone comes into the comment section or comes across this channel and make impromptu conclusions about this discussion. Let's get into it. In this life, we make many choices and many decisions, some more favorable than others. Some things take us down dark paths, others take us to high elevations. It all really depends on the person, men and women alike. You should care about your future. You should care about your weight. You should care about your appearance. You should care about how you conduct yourself in society as a human being. You should have morals, standards. You should have had all of these principles instilled in you at some point in your life. I segue into this response from a young lady at the tender age of 39, borderline.
Come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit.
Hey,
with that
come
comment.
I'm 40 years old on the Kendra G show, looking for future marriage from a guy. And she's pretty much expressing that for her and her preference, the man has to make no less than 6 figures a year.
I sacrificed so much of my life. Can I at least get laid? You know what I mean? I've been robbed of most of my money. Can I at least get a blowjob?
Now, I'm not going to hold you. I don't know anyone in my proximity that's making anything near that. Statistically, only about 3 to 4% of men in the entire United States is making over that. There's no one making that type of money. There's no one making that type of money as often and as frequent on the level that you would think it is. It is not the first time that I've come across a video where women have made these demands. You could say they're always the borderline 40 or plus 35. From 30 to about 40 to 50 years old, I come across nothing but a bunch of videos where women are saying they want a guy that's making 6 figures. I'm coming across social experiments on the street where they talking about they want 6 figure men that's making all this money and they're CEOs. And if you rewind back to what I said, I clearly stated that we should all care about our appearance, our careers, our paths, what we do in this world, Are we serving God? Are we living righteously? Are we presenting ourselves in a way that would be deserving of the type of people that we want to spend our life with? I have a couple of issues with this particular video. Um, the young older lady, she is she is physically not inclined to demand what she is asking for. She already has children. She has a 22-year-old son. Just like most of modern day women, they already have multiple children by multiple partners, which is your decision. You chose to lay down with these people for whatever reason. Maybe you thought they were the one. Maybe you just horrible at reading red flags. Whatever. You decided that that was the person that you wanted to bear your children. One of the most precious things that you could ever give somebody. And you make all of these independent choices, right? Because that's the go-to. I'm an independent woman. I'm an independent woman. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. I don't need this. I don't need that. However, I'm wondering, how did you get to the conclusion where you didn't need a man in the first place? What brought you there? How is it that you now, after spending your 20s all the way up to your late 30s, having multiple partners, now finally deciding that you don't need a man, but you spent most of your life out there in the street? This is where my issue comes with men and women, because everyone has the right to want what they want, but did you work for it? Did you earn it? Why would God put you somewhere where you're only going to ruin somebody's life? Why would he want that for his children? Why would he want a man dealing with a woman who has multiple baby fathers that's probably constantly going to put them in positions where they have to look over their shoulder or watch their back or deal with um, not being able to deal with the kids the way that they would their own biological kids? Or why would a woman want to deal with a guy who is sleeping around with multiple women and they don't have any intentions on being loyal to you whatsoever? We really screwed up people, man. Like, real talk. If you really think about it, like, so you out here sucking and fucking the majority of your life, and you produce all of these kids, and then you come to enlightenment and clarity, which is cool. I salute you. If you find your way to Narnia and you don't want to be out here in the street giving your body up anymore, you want to preserve yourself, and you truly repent. This is really what this comes down to. Is any of this about repenting, getting your soul and your spirit right, or is this shit more about um, physically obtaining things that you couldn't get out of the person or people that you were dealing with prior? Are you trying to be a better person spiritually, or are you just trying to satisfy your flesh? I think we confuse these things, man, and women going after dudes with all of this money. I get it, I understand it, but I really think y'all don't give two shits about what a dude want or what he requires out of women, or out of his woman. Damn. You do realize that we have preferences too. There's things that we desire, and you have to be willing and able to reciprocate it freely. I don't want to have to ask or force you to want to be this or do that. You should already automatically do it and want to, because it's in your nature. Modern society has screwed everybody, brainwashed everyone. When you over 200 pounds, probably even closer to three, and you sitting up here talking about nobody should care about your weight, but you want a nigga that's 6'5", muscular built, beautiful bone structure, bringing in enough money to take care of you and the next 7 generations for the rest of their life. You used up. You've given your most prized possessions away to men that you didn't even marry. You gave your heart and your soul and your love and your energy and your time to people that aren't there no more. Their headaches, because you were attracted to that type. Now you want to spin the block. And if a guy went through hell to build himself up because you thought he was a nerd, you didn't think he was cool enough or popular enough, or you didn't believe in his goals, dreams, and ambitions, you didn't see him or his value or his worth when he was still just in the beginning phases of developing his brand. Now you want to sit here and tell me that I'm supposed to accept you being unfit, not in shape, mentally distraught. Your mind is all over the place, out of whack. You can't tell up from down. You don't know how to regulate your emotions and your feelings. You don't know how to be quiet and let me talk. We constantly back and forth debating and arguing, having power trips and this, that, and the third. I can't discipline this. It's not even my child. You might not even want no more children. You have all of these preferences, all of them. But I'm supposed to just make all of this money and then submit to you. The entitlement, the audacity, the disrespect, and the lack of concern or care for men's needs or wants or desires is just ridiculous. It is absolutely crazy to me. Millionaires, anyone that's making that type of money, they've taken shit on their job. They work out, exercise to get rid of the exhausting mental stresses and the pain. And men, we have to internalize all of our struggles. We can't let all of that out. We have to do things in a different way. And you sitting here trying to tell me that I make all this money and I'm just going to bring you into my world and have you spending up all of my money, possibly not getting any type of sex, any type of affection. You're going to pick and choose when you want to. You got trauma bond issues to where you don't even know how to give love to another person because the dude that you was messing with before me screwed you up so bad, or somebody trained you to be a certain way and you're always just going to be combative. I have a question. I have a question for My women who have multiple children with multiple people. I have a question for women who are out of shape, um, who never went to therapy. I have a question for women who comment to argue on posts. I have a question for dysfunctional women in general, the ones who think that their shit don't stink and that they are the end all be all because they have a wound and because they give life, we're supposed to just kiss their ass. Even though you made just as many mistakes as men have, and you've gotten away with it more than we have, and you're privileged and self entitled and spoiled. I have a question for you. Why and what? Who, what, when, where, and why would a man making six figures look at you if they had your resume in front of them? What about that? Would they look at it and say she's definitely qualified? Oh, she's the one. Now let me say this too, because there's some decent women out here, man, that have gone through and they actually turn their life around and they would make exceptional partners because they understand their mistakes. They went through their dry season. They put in the work to truly develop the tools that's necessary to be in a healthy position to deal with someone. Doesn't have to be someone with six figures, which is another thing that I want to say too before I close out. What about someone making that type of money necessarily gives you the impression that you're going to just be happy? If this is from a security standpoint, there's other attributes that come with that. Maybe they paying the bills and you got a roof over your head, but they still stepping out and sleeping with other people. You don't know if they're wearing protection or not. You don't know if they telling you the truth or not. Are you comfortable? Are you well? Never mind. They are some that's willing. I was about to ask you: are you willing to deal with somebody that's making that kind of money, stepping out and being with other people besides you? I can understand if you came with a clean slate and you didn't have a whole bunch of stuff with you. Men can be loyal. I don't want nobody to get this twisted. I know the red pill community in some spaces they say men can't and they exercise their options if they have the ability to. But there's a lot of men that are loyal and want decent women that want honest women, loyal women, clean women. So don't get it twisted. But I think these requirements and requests are getting a little too messy, and y'all need to humble yourself. Of course, what do I know though? I'm not looking for no millionaire ass woman. I don't really care about that. I need her to be respectable. I don't need her to have a name out here in the streets to the point to where niggas know her because of trains being ran on her and she slept with this person uncle and cousin. And I don't need that. I need you to be for me and about me and represent me because you are a reflection of your partner. You're forever a reflection of your partner. I don't know if you really consider or think about these things when you sit up here and require and ask for all of these prerequisites with the opposite gender. I think you're only really thinking about yourself. And that's really where the problem is. You're only concerned about yourself. And because you're only thinking about yourself, you're never going to you're never going to acquire true peace and true love and true happiness, because the things that you are going into looking for are things that come with extra baggage. Oh, I can go into a whole thing with that, but I'm not. But yeah, let me know. Are we shallow fellas? Should we disqualify women because of their body type? Am I wrong for not wanting precious? Is that really a problem?
Sheep, you got to catch the wolf, and it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
Y'all let me know in the comment section if I'm tripping or not.